Good evening. This is Ken Long at Tortoise Capital with a review of the daily trading plan. I'm looking at the swing signals as part of the advanced swing course for 2018. This is January 3rd, 2018. So let's look at the report real quick. Bullish normal, oversold still, long-term and short-term. You can see the overbought condition, no channeling overreaction. The volatility index started to hook back up. This is very positive for the swings, very positive. I'm going to look at Intel, Goldman, Nike. XLP is channeling 5 days down in triple screen. We've got Travelers, Procter & Gamble, and channeling an overreaction here. Procter & Gamble in 5 days down. Procter & Gamble and Travelers also in the auto framer, so I'll be looking at those for setups. Travelers and Procter & Gamble, as we said, Procter & Gamble has the added advantage of being a 2 on an RSI 2. VIX, XLU, real estate testing out well. XME gave back a little bit today. XIV powered through, made a very strong close and had a nice gap up, so that was good on the swing. It was difficult on the intraday trade. There was not a huge intraday range movement, which has me concerned that this may be topping, so I'm playing that one carefully. Most positive Z stretches. These are the most extreme cases. Energy, ExxonMobil, Chevron, so energy. Metals and mining still looking good along with UTX. The negative Z stretches. I still think McDonald's is of interest. Travelers is nice. Now that was a 5 day down, and auto framer, and then has had a one of the top 10 Z stretches, so that's good. Caterpillar, Chevron, Energy, all with expanded pinch boxes, so deep into the swing move already. Metals and mining still extremely stretched, the width of the river, that is. Apple, Coke, Walmart. We'll take a look at Walmart and McDonald's on the pinches. Apple on the pinches. Super pinch on Apple, so that's of interest. Here's the stats on the auto framer for those of you playing along at home. So Travelers at Procter & Gamble. These are all the trade frame numbers. On the regression line fractals, the deep value plays, there's McDonald's and Merck. Coca-Cola keeps coming up, keeps popping up. Maybe the overextended already, the overheated ones. These are ones with the most number of ATRs beyond their fair value. ExxonMobil is and Chevron is part of that energy. And then the daily squeezes. Strong move today. This was not turned around Tuesday. It's breaking out. And with this little pullback on the regression line, there's still room for this to get another leg up. You can see starting to pull away again from the 200-day moving average. So the 30 has come back to the edge of the Z river. The long, strong trend. And then the 10-period regression line found support at the 0 line and moving out. Came back, took a drink of water, and starting to take off again. That's the last time it did that. It was here and here. And so 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So I'm still favorably inclined to play the long side on these. I'm going to take a quick look at some trade frames next. So this is Procter & Gamble, the 5 day down. It's a pullback from Z2 all the way to the Bollinger Band mean. The river is up. We're above the 0 line on MACD histogram, so we want to have a long bias. The mechanical entry is 5 cents above. I would be willing to look at this one on an intraday basis for turbo to see if I could get some improvements. If we looked at the 1 minute moves today, we can see most of that sell off. So this thing gives us plenty of range movement intraday, and I think if it gets above 90.63, I'm willing to buy that with a swing low here at 90.56. So playing that with a relatively small initial stop is how I want to play that one on the long side, and intraday it should be able to get to 91 with no trouble. So I like Procter & Gamble tactically for turbo. Yeah, and then on the looking on the 2 hour, you have a nice long strong move as a recovery from this sell-off. Found support, found support, found support. That's 3 higher lows. If it holds here, that's a 4th higher low, and it's still favorable. Finding support at fair value and testing to come back to 93 even. So this looks like a natural place to find support to keep the dream alive. Let's see if we can find travelers on the same time frame here. Liking the support here at 132. Dip below the 0 line, so so any kind of upward movement, we're going to get a crossover, which would be an aggressive entry early, and then if it crosses the 0 line, that would be a positive sign. So I would be willing to buy this on a hybrid frog with a target of 134 and then 137. If it breaks above 137, then there's a good chance of seeing this kind of move to unfold from this level. So as long as this holds, this is a low risk entry. All right, so this is that turnaround in EWW. These are 10-minute charts in 10 days. Pulled back to the RL270 for fair value. That's still fine. There's still some buying pressure in this thing. The last time it had a gap up and then a turnaround follow through, that was nice. Notice the nice directional moves this thing gets once it starts moving. Today was the hybrid frog to the short side. Previous day hybrid frog to the long side, so I'm ready to play the hybrid frog and have an upward bias, and then if it gets above 50.70, I'm looking to add an additional swing position. All right, so that's everything I wanted to look at. Nothing else really grabs me right now. Set that overbought energy sector. Let's take a longer range look at that thing. Notice the width, remember the width of the river and the extreme Z stretch and some follow through here on energy. Boy, that's nice. Target 77. So Chevron should be of interest. Yep. Chevron is free and clear. Buy momentum in Chevron. That's nice. And our old friend Devon Energy. I like that. That's a mid-cap energy company that I love. Still well stretched above its RL270. It finally has turned around, so you get a low, 2, 3, 4. I'll call that 5 higher lows. I will buy any sign of strength tomorrow in Devon Energy because it's going to clear this hump at 42.70, and then the next resistance is 47. So there's about an 8-9% availability, and it's above the 0 line, and it's breaking out long and strong in Devon. All right, that's a quick look at the targets for tomorrow. Keep your risk measured and your powder dry.